Yes, you guys, I am back with another Ratchet but Honest book review, boo, with my Sister Souljah series, and I am back with bloop, 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 bloop. I am talking about the Midnight series, the first two books, honey, and I'm about to get it told about this chocolate African Muslim tall, sexy man. Well, in my mind, he's all of those things, honey. He is Mr. Fine and Sexy, even though he's like a teenager in this book. Ugh. Why am I thinking like that about a teenager? But child, he must be big, honey, because these sex scenes, honey, child. Miss Sister Souljah, girl, when you talk about some of these sex scenes in this book, honey, I had to close my legs up under my covers, girl. I was like, well, child, I was getting hot, honey. I had to take the book and fan a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, I wanted to talk about the Midnight series. Of course, you guys already know I did the A Deeper Love Inside, and I did A Moment of Silence, and I needed to go back, and I'm going backwards in the series of Sister Souljahs, and I'm going to the Midnight series, the first book that she wrote about midnight right here, boo-boo, and the second book, The Meaning of Love. Okay, so just give you a quick recap. If you do not know, Midnight is a character in The Coldest Winter, and he was Ricky Santiago's right-hand man. Of course, you know, Winter was in love with this chocolate stallion of a man, and he didn't want nothing to do with her fast tail, materialistic behind. So, Sister Souljah decided to pull this very mysterious, quiet, chocolate, fine man out of this book and make his own series. And she started the Midnight series. Just to let you guys know, these Midnight series do not start when he's an adult. It doesn't leave off from The Coldest Winter ever. It starts with him as a teenager, way before he even met Ricky Santiago, and way before they started doing business together. So this is like his life stories leading up to that. So the first book is called Midnight, the Gangsta Love Story. And this book is about him growing up in Brooklyn. He came from Sudan with his mom and his sister, Uma and Nija. And they live in Brooklyn, and they're learning how to survive, and they're staying true to their Muslim and Sudani cultures and religion. And he's learning how to survive on the streets, on the American streets of Brooklyn. He works at a fish market, I believe, and he has two good friends in this book. He also have a girl in here named Bangs that he loves, but he can't be with because she has some stuff going on. She has some drama, plus she was hot in the butt, and you know, he's Muslim, so you as a woman need to keep your legs covered and all that stuff. And she was overly aggressive, but he did like her, but he looked out for her more on I love you, but you're like my sister type tip. But he chose to protect her. In this book, he meets Akimi, his first wife, that's Japanese. Side eyes to that don't speak no English. He falls in love with her. He marries her in the Muslim tradition, and her father finds out he was not cool with it, so he comes from Japan to New York to snatch his daughter back and take her back to Japan. Midnight wasn't down with that ish, so he decided to be like, look, ain't nobody finna come take what's mine. She belongs to me now. She does not belong to you, even though the father wrote a letter saying that he agreed that she got married. I guess he didn't know that this was a black chocolate African man and a Muslim man. So he kind of flipped out and kidnapped her and took her back home. In this book, it also talks about him being a ninja. Now, just to let you guys know, this is not Karate Kid. I'm gonna get you, sucker. Last Dragon type of ninja type stuff. It's not like he gonna get dressed up in a little ninja outfit and Karate Kid outfit and start fighting people. It's not like that. It's real smooth. It's real gangsta. It's really like chill, like how he goes after people. He does assassinate some people in this book, even though it's not seem like he's an assassin, but it's almost like he assassinates people. The way he does it, it's like how he kills people. And he has legitimate reasons on why he kills people. Sort of, kind of. But yeah, it talks about him and how he fights and all that stuff and how he's disciplined. And at the end of the book, he actually leaves to go to Japan and get his wife back, to bring her back to the United States. But he's up for a surprise because he's going to end up going against her very prestigious and wealthy and powerful father in Japan. So this is that book in a nutshell. So we leave that there, and he goes to Japan in this book. This is the second book. It's The Midnight, The Meaning of Love. And in this book, he is on a mission to go find his wife, confront her father, and take her back by any means necessary, like a real G. Now, this is true love, honey. That's how good that kitty cat was for you to be flying across the water, honey, to go get that thing. But while he was there, he met another kitty cat, and he liked that thing, too. Of course, you know, Muslim men can have up to 4 wives. He ended up falling in love with this girl named Chasa, so I'm just going to call her Chai. And she ends up helping him find his wife. Now, this is before they fall in love, but he really, truly fell in love with her soul and her mind in the way she thought. And I guess that's why they said the meaning of love, and also the meaning of love of how much he loved his mother and his sister and his religion as well. But later on in the book, he falls in love with Chasa. Well, later on in the book, he finds, well, I don't want to tell you all that jazz, but you can read it. Long story short, he meets this other girl. He has to go through her father to get his approval, in which her father is a general or some crazy psychotic U.S. military man that puts him through hell and back to have his daughter. I mean, when I tell you this man is crazy and funny, it's crazy. Like, the way they go back and forth is like, are you serious right now? Like, come on, my G. Like, Mr. Military Man, I'm going to need you to relax. So, Chai's father is in the military. She's actually half Black American and half Japanese. And Midnight wants to marry her. So, he has to go through her father, and he has to go through Akimi's father, which was his first wife in the first book that was from Japan. And that whole story about her family is a trip. So long story short, it ended up working out at the end, and that's when they come back to the United States, and that's where Moment of Silence starts. So Moment of Silence, if you read this book, it really goes into Moment of Silence really, really well, because you understand, like, where the wives came from, what they're doing, like, even when he moves the family out of a city, it stems from this book. So, yeah, that's the gist of this book. He gets his second wife, and also Ricky Santiago makes an appearance in this book. He makes an appearance in this book as well, but it's very short. In this book, it's a little bit more detailed, but it's kind of, it gives them more of a base of where they are when you read A Moment of Silence. So it's like, oh, okay, I got it. I see what Ricky saw in this book. So that's basically it. And also the sex scenes in this book, honey. For him to be a teenager, child, let me tell you something. Mr. Midnight, boo, honey. Yes, honey, Mr. Midnight, Mr. Teenager, Mr. Little teenager boy was slinging laying, honey. He know how to put it down. Had some thoughts. Felt kind of weird talking about a little kid, but anyway, she's very detailed when it comes down to the sex in the book. So, wow. Yeah, but that's it in a nutshell. If you guys have any questions or anything, just hit me up. This will be on my YouTube channel as well. And on Thursday, I will do The Coldest Winter Ever. So I hope you guys enjoy and have a good day. Peace out to the Middle East. Bye-bye.